Hello and good evening. My name is Augustine, and I'm here for another live broadcast. Today is Friday, and I think Friday 7th, yes. Today is Friday 7th of February 2020. And today, the title of my broadcast is Preparing for the Future as a billionaire or a millionaire. Okay, preparing for the future as a master or as a slave. Now, a master could be a billionaire, a master could be a millionaire. It doesn't really matter. So, those of you who are coming in for my broadcast, first of all, um, we're a community that is rebuilding the way people should reason and the way people should see things. So, I have not been consistent. Now, the reason why this has been is because of error in connection. I've been having issues with internet connections, and that's deterred my coming online to do broadcast. But hopefully, I believe that it has been corrected. So for the next 30 minutes, I would also make another broadcast. And those of you who are coming in for the first time, I would appreciate if you can give me a like or give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you are watching my video for the very first time. And for the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I'm going to give us some quick briefings. We are all aware in the Kringle Private Society that the administration, thank you very much. Those who are watching me, especially my brother Stephen, I do appreciate. Honestly, you have been wonderful. Even though I've been having issues with my network, you still make time out to come in for my broadcast. I do appreciate. So back to what I was saying. We all know that in the Kringle Private Society, we are building to become millionaires and billionaires. And everything is a factor of how active you are in growing the TBC community. We are also aware that there is a system within the Kringle Private Society that has to do with meritocracy. And to a very good extent, I can say the administration is modeling TBC using the scriptures, kind of, which is the Bible. And the way he's going about it is not necessarily that you came into the Gringo Private Society first, that you are going to benefit. The normal conventional system is come into the Gringo Private Society, and that because you came in first, you're supposed to be at the top. No, it doesn't apply in the Kringle Private Society. What applies is how active you are in growing the Kringle Private Society. What contributions have you made? Have you been able to help in propagating TBC or Kringles to your friends and your loved ones? Now, there are some things that has to concern itself with unlocking the value of the Kringle coins. Now, it's not everybody that you will speak to that will listen. There was one of the articles that was made known in the public blog that talked about some will, some wounds, so what? Now, that clearly means you should broaden your spectrum and that you should tell as many people as possible, even though those people do not seem to, align their thought pattern with yours. That should not deter you for one bit. You should continue doing it because we can liken it to being a missionary. As a missionary, you go to somewhere to speak to them about accepting Christ, and many of them are resistant. So many of them, some of them can persecute. But it's very similar in the Kringle Private Society. There is actually, the difference is not much. The only difference is one has to do with eternal life, while the other one has to do with freedom in on earth. And you and I already know that the elite has done a very good job in enslaving humanity. And it's only getting worse by the day. We already know what the plan is to cheap humanity. We are all aware of coronavirus, and I can dare to tell you that those things are not, they didn't just spring out of the air. It hasn't been recently that they started eating bats. They've been eating bats a long while ago. Everything that they are saying are the causes. Are you telling me that those things hasn't been existing all this while? While suddenly it just came up. It's actually a deliberate plan to depopulate humanity. And they are very careful to make sure that it spreads across the world. Now, all these things are the things that were written in the scriptures that will take place. But then, my purpose is not on that. My purpose is in the Kringle Private Society, what do we as an individual do to be able to ensure that these manipulations are stopped? Because as long as I'm concerned, as long as these people has access to finance and that the finance is on the public domain and they can use it to buy whatever they want to buy, advance in their technology, this evil will continue to progress. So we are a group of people that will come together and say, well, we are tired of your system and we choose not to operate with your system. There was something I was listening to this morning, and it was about standing for the truth. Now, the article said that a lie has been propagated for several generations. It's a lie. It's been propagated for several generations. Does not make the lie suddenly to become the truth. Now, if the truth has been silent for several years, that does not mean that the truth is not the truth. Though the people do not talk about the truth, it doesn't stop the truth from being the truth. Most people talk more about the lie. So many people has been blindfolded to the reality. So many people do not even know what the truth is anymore and what a lie is. That is the truth. Now, the Kringle Private Society is a system that is creating an awakening. Now, that is one thing we are doing. You see, so many people are fighting us. The reason why they are fighting us is they are not able to come to terms with the truth. I can liken it to an individual that has been in a cave, in an underground cave for all his life. He has never witnessed the sun. He doesn't know how beautiful the world is. And then someday, his friend or his brother tells him, I've seen somewhere, and that place is so beautiful. The lights there are so wow. I'm seeing some things that look green, and they are called trees, and they are so wonderful. Come and see it. And then this person that has been in the cave all his life is not able to come to terms with such kind of thing. And then when he comes out and sees the light, he comes out of his cave and sees the beauty of nature, the person is dazzled. The person is like, this is not real. The person would like, maybe this is heaven. Now, that's the kind of thing that humanity has been subjected to over the previous years. Humanity is not able to come to the terms that one TBC is worth over $10 million. When you tell them that they're able to, they ask you, what was the first cryptocurrency? Oh, most times that's what they ask me. What was the first cryptocurrency? Of course, that's Bitcoin. They'll ask, what's the value of Bitcoin? You tell them the value of Bitcoin is XXX amount. We all know the value. I don't need to make it public. And then they're like, how come TBC has more value than Bitcoin? And then you try to make them understand that TBC is people-based. Bitcoin is not people-based. Bitcoin is a set of algorithms, is a set of proof of work system done by computers, and their reward system is done in Bitcoin or in Satoshis. And it's a system that is properly encrypted. TBC is the same model, the same concept. The difference is that our values are derived from the people. And as long as the people are coming in, the value does not go down, it continues to go up. And humanity should come to terms with this condition. And if they're not able to come to terms with it, then that means they are going to remain in their darkness. Now, when you tell someone that, the person looks at you and smiles, a funny smile that tells you that you must be saying something out of point, or a funny smile that says that you are actually scamming them. Now, that's the problem humanity is facing now, or that is the stage we are now in the Kringle Private Society. But not to worry. The truth is that, like I said in the previous um, message I read, that the truth has been said, the lie has been said for several centuries. As long as I can recall, the elite system, the paper system, the backing off from gold has been more than 100 years. Yes, it has been when Richard Nixon removed it from gold. Now, all these things were done several years back, and that does not stop that system from being a system of a lie. That does not stop their system where they create money out of thin air. Some people still think that money was created and it is backed up by gold. I was talking with a lecturer who was a colleague of mine while we were in our university days. And I asked him a question, that how do you think money is created? He said money is backed up by gold. And I looked at him and I laughed. This is a high profile lecturer that says money is backed up by gold. You see, the majority of humanity are in this illusion of thinking that money is backed up by gold. This is the condition that the bulk of us is in. And when we have brought in the lights, we are shining, but humanity has not accepted us yet. Now, hold on. The truth is that the light will continue to shine. And the last statement that this particular thing said was that even though darkness has been, even though the lie has been for several years, and it has remained a lie, it doesn't change it from being a lie. And the truth has always been, the truth will stay and it does not change. Now, it said one thing, that was what captured my attention. It said, the truth will fight for itself. The truth is self-sustaining. The truth cannot and will never be killed. Now, if you are sincere to yourself in the Kringle Private Society, you would come to understand that it is the truth that we are propagating. One thing you should realize about the truth is that the truth will always fight for itself, first. Secondly, there is a price to pay. That is one thing so many people do not understand yet in the Kringle Private Society. At this point, we are in the distribution phase of the Kringle Private Society. I'm fortunate. I can tell you the truth. I am very fortunate within this Kringle Private Society. I was able to witness when TBC was nothing. I was able to witness when TBC was sold for as low as $2. Yes, you could get TBC as low as $2. I mean, 10 TBCs. I mean, 20 TBCs. I was lucky to have known these things. And so many of us had access to this number of coins. But still, we didn't have a clear picture of where we were going. We were moving by faith, and we believed that we were going into a world of abundance. A good number of us believed that, wow, in a short while, we are going to be billionaires. And of course, we are already billionaires. It depends on the state of mind with which you see it. Okay, now we continued to move, and so many other people from the back also had TBC. I witnessed when TBC, sorry, I witnessed when TBC was seriously being discounted. Yes. And most of us in the Kringle Private Society over here in Nigeria were victims of people who witnessed, especially those who are listening to me now, witnessed when TBC was strong and grossly discounted. And the administration continued to warn and continued to warn. And so many people went ahead and bought so many coins, and they were happy, feeling that from the back door that they've gotten enough coins. Now, TBC is a cleansing system. I've been saying it over my previous videos that you cannot make heaven by sleeping and waking up. As a Christian, you can't make heaven by sleeping and waking up. You can't make heaven by being nonchalant. You can't make heaven by being lackadaisical and having this laissez-faire attitude to the things of the kingdoms of God. You must be persistent. You must be patient. You must strive. The fruits of the Spirit shall be seen in you. You should tell people about Christ. You see, this is a model that the administration has picked out and is using it to grow the TBC community. You cannot become a billionaire if you don't go out to tell the world that TBC is an alternative medium of exchange. TBC is a system that is going to be going to stand side by side the current financial system. If you are in the Kringle Private Society, you are going to have peace of mind. You are going to do things that are going to wow the world. You are going to tell the people that, you see, there can be a world where there is abundance. If you are not able to come out of your shell to tell people this, I'm sorry, you are not going to enjoy the privileges that will come in the nearest future. Some people thought that Bitcoin and TBC are the same thing. I did hear that 50 Cent invested a certain amount of money. We all know who 50 Cent is. He's a popular musician. And that all of a sudden, he logged into his wallet and found out that he became an accidental billionaire or an accidental millionaire. You see, in this Kringle Private Society, every effort that is being made is going to be accounted for. I can tell you, some people are saying that the administration is playing God. No. To the best of my understanding, I can tell you it's an assignment that has been given to him by God to help in cleansing the world one more time. Now, I am not out of points to say that we are going to regain power. We are building a new world system. We are going to regain power from the elites. We are going to regain power from the Luciferians. We are going to regain power from those people who feel that they are in absolute control. It may sound out of this world. It may sound impossible. But like I said in my previous article, in my previous, what I said some few minutes ago, that what I read was very simple, that the lie has stayed for a long while does not make it the truth. That a lie has stayed for several years does not validate it to become the truth. And then that the truth is not spoken several years, and no one is hearing about it, does not stop it from being the truth. We as Kringle Private Society members, especially broadcasters, has come out to give you the truth. And you see, we're not stopping, even though you refuse to listen to us. At some point, you are going to find out that the financial system will begin to wobble. This is no doubt. This is what will definitely come. It is going to be imminent. The financial system between now and another few years, I do not know how long, but soon it will begin to wobble. That even the World Bank, even the International Monetary Fund will not be able to get a solution to this. Some people will say, yes, that they're going to fall back to gold. Are you telling me that after they fall back to gold, that will be a better system? Now, we are in a system where inflation is now at its peak. Recently in Nigeria, the government has increased the salaries of some civil servants within this country, especially the federal, state, and the local. But as this has happened, there is also a simultaneous increase in goods and service. How long will this kind of system continue? This is a question I will ask you. Why is it that you that is listening to me, you have refused to do nothing, and you are offended with the fact that the administration has made it, you have to pay to play? As long as I'm concerned, you have to pay to play. Now, everybody that is in this Kringle Private Society has to be very, very studious going forward. The reason why I say you have to be very studious is because if you make a mistake of coming in and you are not consistent, what happens is, I wouldn't call it a mistake. Apologies on that. If you are convinced to come into the Kringle Private Society, before you come in, you should understand the terms and conditions at this point, because we are building a new financial kind of system. But on a private note, we are not rivaling the existing system. No. The existing system are working on their own. They are building on their expertise. They are making use of economics. They are making use of all the experts that God knows how they came about to see if they can mend the system. But tell me the truth. Do you think that their system is mendable? In the United States, how many trillions, is it billions, that the government is owing? The government is owing money that even the next 50 years, they won't be able to pay. Tell me the genius that will come out to make this possible. But I want to tell you that we are building a system from the scratch up. And until we achieve this, our goal, we are not stopping. You may look at it and say, $1 billion is far-fetched. If we are building into $1 billion and we're having a system that is efficient, do you know that in the Kringle Private Society, you cannot fraud, you can't steal money? Do you know that in the Kringle Private Society, you cannot run things that are contrary to norm? You cannot involve yourself in transactions that are fraudulent. You cannot involve in assassination and go free. Of course, the costs for carrying out assassination are running into millions and billions. You can't be in the Kringle Private Society and involved in those things. Why is that? Simple. Because you are going to give account on how you made your expenditure to the commissioner. The administration has made it very clear that in this Kringle Private Society, if you spend more than $1,000 in a day and you do it a second time, you spend out $1,000, you must give account. More than $1,000, you must give account. The exchange rate in the foreign markets for $1,000 in the Nigerian equivalent is about 360,000. Now, if you're spending 360,000 in a single day, more than that, you are going to give account. Possibly, if you are going to spend 400,000, is this similar to the banking system? Yes. We are not coming out of the blues. We are building our system from a financial base, which is the existing system. I can say there are some good things about the banking system. The good thing about them is that they've been able to set some control. They've been able to set good checks and balances so that people will not spend money anyhow. People would not fraudulently spend money. But come to think of it, the governments are still spending money like that. They are spending it carelessly. They are involving in wars. They are funding terrorist organizations. Are you telling me that these people are not aware of the wickedness that they are doing? They are very aware. But who stops them? Who checkmates them? Nobody. But one thing I'm able to get is that the system is building upon something. I mean the Kringle Private Society. It is building upon some principles which the banking system has left for us. And we are building our system based on technology. One thing I like about technology is you cannot scam technology. If you fraudulently play the system will checkmate you. That is one thing we are doing. So we are building a system that is formidable. You cannot involve yourself in shady deals in the Kringle Private Society. These things are things that people should be conscious of. That is the reason why I see a future in the Kringle Private Society that will curb wickedness. I see a system that is proof to inflation. I see a system that is going to nullify all the kinds of evil. Now, the thing is this, the world may be looking at us and think we are joking. Calm down and let time tell. As time continues to go, you will find out that the good ones will begin to join the Kringle Private Society. And you will find out that when the good ones has joined the Kringle Private Society, they will take up positions that will fill the 1 billion members. Then those who are built on wickedness, evil, trying to shortchange people, will be those in the bottom layer. Those are the people that will be employed in the Kringle Private Society. Even though it may sound like what I'm saying is out of point, but I want to tell you that the Kringle Private Society is built on the foundation of truth. The Kringle Private Society is built on the foundation of righteousness. Look at the Bitcoin bounty. It is a very clear system. If you look into the Bitcoin bounty, since the administration has done the necessary corrections, you will find out that those who have been winning the Bitcoin bounty, if they win a month, 2 months, 3 months, they can't continue to win. Why? Because at a point, their cycle will be what? Filled up, except they have enough people to create a proper network. I can give an instance like Bederick. I can give an instance like Ace Fletcher. These guys are excellent members within the Kringle Private Society. And if people want to learn, they should go to them to learn. Now, looking at myself, I'm a member within the Kringle Private Society. I love the Kringle Private Society, and I have made conscious efforts to make sure that the Kringle Private Society grows. But you see, within my own cycle, I find out that the majority of the people that are within my cycle, even in social media, are called statists. Who are statists? Statist people are people who are aligned, who are controlled, who allow the government to regulate their activities. Their eyes are still blinded to the reality on ground. What is the reality on ground? The reality on ground is that the financial system cannot hold up for so long. Very soon, the system is going to what? Wobble. Now, we can remember what happened in 2008. So many people has been saying that this may likely happen again. You may think that, well, it would not happen. I do not know what the fate of tomorrow will look like in terms of public finance, but I am very sure that if this kind of thing happens, what becomes the fate of humanity? When you are not able to buy or sell, what happens to the fate of humanity? When you look into it at large, you will find out that even local retail stores do not know anything about TBC. Some people are even looking at TBC and they are not able to come to terms with TBC. What are you doing as a Kringle Private Society member? Are you folding your arms and saying, well, this will take 100 years? Maybe my children will enjoy it, maybe my grandchildren. I want to tell you that the success of the Kringle Private Society is dependent on you and I. That is the truth. Whether you choose to believe it or not, you shouldn't just fold your hands and say that the admin is making things very difficult. The administration is building a system to make sure that there are no loopholes. Whether you want to believe what I'm saying or not, this is the truth. So if you are moving into the future, are you moving in as a billionaire or you are moving in as a slave? As long as I'm concerned, the system has put the whole of humanity, as long as you are not in the 1% of the global elites, that means you are part of the slave and you are going to be part of the cogs in the wheel that will continue to cause the wheel to continue to go round. But if you are willing to come out, then make a sacrifice. I am doing what I can do to make sure that the Kringle Private Society goes forward. However, I wouldn't forget the fact that I am gainfully employed at this point. Now, being gainfully employed, everybody knows that there are terms and conditions that binds you as a staff in an organization. And failing to comply with those terms and conditions means the likelihood of being queried is there. And I am aware, and these things are what confining me. It does not mean that this is going to be how I'll be confined. At this point, we are aware that the national conference is coming up in Nigeria, and everybody is working hard round the clock to make this a success. And I applaud them because these people are making sure that it benefits the global community at large. I would not fail to acknowledge people like Professor Solomon. I would not fail to acknowledge people like MDS. I would not fail to acknowledge people like Amechi. You see, there are so many people who are working around the clock to make sure that this is a success. They are trying to make sure that humanity within Nigeria embraces critical private society. This is the first step. We are not stopping there. We are moving forward because I know very well that in Nigeria, precisely, with the amounts that has been released by the administration, it is enough to cause an avalanche of breakdown for the defense of those in the clinical private in the world in Nigeria. People who are resisting the system, by the time they have seen how the exploit has been, the defense will go down. And it wouldn't just stop in going down, it will continue to expand in Nigeria, it would possibly go to Ghana, possibly it could go to Cameroon, possibly South Africa, possibly India. This is how we are going to go. And admin was not, he was not wrong to have said that we are going for mass adoption. But I want you to sit down and ask yourself, what contribution have you made? Have you been able to say, yes, I have been able to do something? It is not about how many TBC coins you have. You see, the problem we are having is we've been brainwashed by the elite system. I have 10 TBC, I have 50 TBC, I have 1,000 TBC. TBC coins are mediums of exchange. It is your ability, it is the heart you are carrying that matters. If you have a heart to make a difference, the sacrifice that you have to pay, you will not, people are so, they are so bothered. They are like, oh, I'm going to be paying an admin fee every month. I can't afford to pay it every month. Well, if you can't afford to pay it every month, admin is not saying pay it by yourself. He's saying go out and tell people about it. Tell one, tell two, tell three, tell four, tell five. By the time you've told these people, don't fail to give them an admin credit. Admin has even become much more generous. Everybody from next week, which is, I think this week or next week, everybody in the mass adoption team will have 10. It will have 10 admin credits to give out. Continue to give them out, even though you have this consciousness that these people may not regard it. Give, because it is beautiful. It is more valuable to give than to receive. So the bottom line I'm actually trying to tell you here is, if you are building to become a TBC billionaire, what are you going to do to achieve it? It is very simple. Grow this critical private society. We have other mediums like Bitcoin. Now, I do not see how, even though the world is accepting Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is very similar to the existing financial system. We know it. But I cannot tell you that what the goal of Bitcoin wants to achieve is going to be able to achieve in the same system, which is the critical private society. The Bitcoin system has replicated, in a way, the elite system, because the majority of those who have Bitcoin are in the hands of the few elites. Even though those elites may not be the elites that are the ones controlling the financial system, which is the fiat system. But I want you to know that the majority of those who have Bitcoins, I mean Bitcoins of 1,000, because there are people who have up to 10,000 Bitcoins. And when you ask someone, is that possible? Yes, it is. There are people who has as much as 25,000 Bitcoins. They are existing, but they are 1 in a billion, not 1 in a million. Now, if this is happening, meaning that the system was not properly distributed, but TBC has a goal, and our goal is to what? Achieve 1 billion active members. I want to crave your indulgence. Come and join us. There are leaders everywhere. Even if you can't do anything, learn how to broadcast. If you're afraid of learning how to broadcast, then you are not qualified to call yourself a TBC billionaire, because you must go out to represent the world. You must be able to tell the people about TBC. You see, I can tell you that TBC is a school and I'm learning every day. There is virtually nothing you will ask me on the public domain or the public blog that I don't have an idea about, because I've taken my time to read it one step by and another, one step and two and three, and I've read it and I've understood it. There is no game in the TBC community. There is no Ponzi scheme. It is self-explanatory and it is transparent. There is no way that you tell me TBC will ever crash. Because when you look into the system, you will find out that everything is doing very well. The reservations, the extras that the administration has is enough to grow the community. And people are waking up every day. Looking into the Bitcoin contest, you will find out that People now are coming in from United Arab Emirates. People are coming in from the United States. People are coming in from New Zealand, from every country in the world. That clearly shows that the distribution is going on evenly. And anyone who makes a single purchase of an admin fee of $25, he gets 30 TBCs on the first. And going down, it continues to reduce. Please, a new system has come up, and that system is, I would not be sharing the blogs anymore like I used to do before, although I will still be sharing the blog. And the only blog I'll be sharing is the public blog, which is the one that, as at this moment, is no more functioning. Some things has been modified, and it is advisable that everyone in the Kringle Private Society be aware. So my modus operandi in doing broadcasts will change. Most times I would come in and I would address everybody the way I should address them. If there is any information I'll need to share, I'll have to get it, set it aside, and then read it from there or share it with you so that the information can remain private to the Kringle Private Society. If you want to be part of us, the opportunity is there. And if you are listening to me and you like what I'm saying, I am ready to mentor you. I am ready to make life easy for you in the Kringle Private Society. But please, bear this in mind, there is a price to pay. If you are willing to pay that price, then come along. It is something that is fun doing. It is fun to learn. It is fun to grow. It is fun to fail and then stand up again. It is wrong to fail and remain there. That you tell 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, you do broadcast and no one listens to you. It's not enough reason for you to give up. Continue to push. I want you to know that sometime you are going to break even. When you break even, you will learn from your previous mistakes and then you grow stronger. All right, I think I've said enough. I've actually spent 30 something minutes not even knowing that I'm counting. Now, I'll stop here. Let me quickly read through the informations that my viewers has, and then I'll call it quits. And let's start from the beginning. Now, he's saying, we are waiting for you. Okay, I'm available now. And Stephen Coffey will be coming to Nigeria in a short while, in another 4 weeks from now, about 4 weeks from now. I am hoping and that he comes to Nigeria, and he helps in building the Nigerian merchants, because what we are working on now is to get enough merchants. And I am so certain that Stephen Coffey will do an excellent job. So that's not an issue at all. So welcome to my broadcast, and thank you for being in my broadcast, Brother Stephen. Now, please, why do you backslide? I don't understand. You didn't explain in details what you meant by why do you backslide. If you were talking about my inconsistencies in showing videos, I told you it was my internet that had issues. But then I think I've worked on it, because I know very well that if I didn't work very well on it, there would have been network issues. And my viewers would have also said that you're having issues, the network is not clear. But since it has been clear, I think all is well. So going forward, I go back to my normal default status. I'm going to keep making my broadcast Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, same time, 5 p.m. So please, once that time is available, come on live. Even if I'm not live, I'll be coming on live. If I'm not coming on live, I'll make informations before time that I won't be live. But I am hoping and I am optimistic that I'm going to be regular. So if this is what you asked, I've answered you why I went back, why I slid back. Not that I backslid. I didn't backslide. It was opportunity that fell out of hand due to internet, up and downs. All right. So good afternoon, Brother Augustine. Brother Kashim, if you're still live and you're listening to me, please say hello to me on Telegram. I think I should discuss with you briefly. This is also a very good brother of mine and a friend too. All right. Hi, brother. This is Ivan from Uganda. Yeah, Ivan, good evening. And I think it's evening your time. So thank you for being on my broadcast. I really appreciate it. Now, in fact, they laugh at us here about that simply. They do not understand abundance. Thank you very much. That's exactly what I've been saying. But it's okay for them to laugh. Like I said, the truth cannot be taken aside. We have work. And my apologies. I hope it doesn't happen again. Anyway, I'm already rounding off. So where was I? I was talking about there is so much. Wow, I have so much people to address now. Okay, so he's talking about. In fact, they laugh at us here about that. Simply, they do not understand. Actually, you're very right. They don't understand what abundance is. That is the reason why they are doing that. But calm down. Let time pass. So many things will make the world rush into the Gringo private society. Don't be bothered. Continue learning, because it is those that are the broadcasters and those that are keen in studying that will be the consultants of tomorrow. When you come in and you find out an economist, there are some economists who are professors. I mean, they are masters in the financial system. It is the rigged financial system. They concocted all manner of wickedness and evil. And then they modified it, made it so complex. And then some people sit down and study it and then learn some things and they become professors. Now, tomorrow you are going to be the consultant of tomorrow. You are going to be the future consultant where people would not understand. You will have to go and explain it to them. And it shouldn't come for free. That is the reason why, even though they are laughing, continue to build, because soon you would understand what I'm saying. All right. Brainwashed totally. Those people has been brainwashed. Hello, everyone in the house. Harun, it's been a pleasure coming online. I really appreciate the fact that you're on my broadcast. Thank you very, very much for being on my broadcast. I really do appreciate. Mr. Coffee and others, kudos to you all. Yes, thanks for the appreciation. No backdoor people. That's exactly what the administration has done. He has blocked every medium of backdoors. All right. Truth is catching up with them, man. Yes, I agree. So TBC is a better alternative. Yes, I think I agree. A system of accountability and value for money. That is the Gringo Private Society. So let's continue. The US Federal Reserve is the latest major central bank to consider issuing its own digital currency. No, I don't agree with you. Now, there has been recent findings. They are beginning to make serious investigations and considerations on building a Federal Reserve currency. Those of you who are informed, the Federal Reserve are working on building their own federal instituted digital currency, which is federal coin. And if they succeed in doing that, oh my God, it means humanity is in danger. I want you to know that it's a race to freedom. They are running to hold you down. This is very similar to the time of old, when the Egyptians were moving into the promised land. The Israelites were moving into the promised land. The Egyptians didn't want them to go. They wanted to follow them to bring them back. But you know what happened? They all perished. So I want you to understand that as long as the Gringo Private Society is concerned, we are very careful to draft out our system so that it would not have any form of association or mingling with the current public system. We are purely private. Our medium of exchange is private. Everything with us is private. We are not in any way interfering with the public domain. And everybody who reads the public notice will have that at the back of our mind, at their minds. Whether it be a law system, be it the federal system, any form of system, we are lawfully backed, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. Okay, so let me continue. Greetings, brother and all Tibicians. Tindi, thank you very much. Tindi, I've been seeing your handwork. You're really making sense. Please continue to push. And we are aware of the meeting that I'll be holding on Sunday. And we are hoping that we'll meet up with it. Everybody is going to work on deck to see that it becomes a success. So well done for your hard work. I really appreciate your effort, brother. God bless you. All right. Great broadcast to you, brother. More grace and potential, strength and courage to push TBC to greater heights. I really appreciate, brother. I sincerely do appreciate. Hello, TBC family. You see, one thing I like about this TBC community, the fact that anybody that does a broadcast, people come together to cheer him. That means it's a TBC community of love and respect. In fact, it's a world of love and respect. You can't be in the TBC community without loving your fellow brother. Whether he's a white or a black, it's immaterial. The fact is that we have a common goal, and we're not going to stop until we achieve that goal. And that is what we as a community believe in, and we're pushing to make it a reality. Wow, I'm really impressed with the fact that everyone comes together to cheer me up. It really gives me joy. Please, before you leave, give me a thumbs up before you leave. Like my channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel so that consequently, when I'm coming on live Mondays, Wednesdays, Friday, you would also enjoy my broadcast. Thank you. All right, let me continue. Excellent broadcast, Brother Augustine. Stephen Coffee, thank you. I do appreciate. I really do appreciate. Federal Reserve makes U-turn in less than 2 years, interestingly. Federal Reserve makes U-turns in less than 2 years, interestingly. The Federal Reserve said in 2018 that there was no point in issuing its own digital currency. Well, following the recent happenings, I'm telling you that if care is not taken, they may begin that because they are looking at Facebook coin. They are looking at that is Libra coin. They are afraid that Libra coin will come into limelight. They don't want power to go out of them. Unknown to them, there is a greater force that is more than their human comprehension, which is the Kringle Private Society. That force is not taking power from them. No, their power still remains. But what we are doing is that we are building a better system that will give abundance to all. Whoever wants to choose to follow us, it's at the person's choice. If the person refuses, the person can remain in the existing system. However the system goes, it's their choice. Okay? Now tell them, man. Okay, I get. I am looking forward to coming to Nigeria in March, along with Brother Bederick. Like I said, he's coming in live for now. In fact, let me not say much. Let me not say much, but I know that it's going to be more than human understanding because Stephen Coffey is going to release his entire self to those that he will listen, that he will minister to. He's going to make sure that he builds them to the point where he gives them the vision. Maybe they don't have the vision, but I believe that everything has a spirit. And as long as I'm concerned, I used to see Brother Randy Wilson, Stephen Coffey as, Bederick, and a number of other leaders as excellent. And with that same mindset, they will pour it into the Kringle Private Society in Nigeria. And with that same fire, we'll continue to distribute it. One thing is sure, we are based on truth. Nothing, I said nothing can stop us, whether you accept it or not. All right, let me quickly round off. Congratulations, Brother Augustine. Congratulations. I don't know. Did I win a jackpot? All right, that's by the way. So thanks anyway. What else? In fact, you've digested all the points in the Kringle Private Society. No, not digested. Listen, Kringle Private Society is a world. I cannot exhaust the knowledge that are in the Kringle Private Society as at now. If I decide to start explaining in details, by the end of this year, I wouldn't have exhausted it. It is necessary that people learn by listening to broadcasts. If people don't listen to broadcasts, how will they learn? How do people learn if they are not able to pay attention to the private notice in the Kringle Private Society, in the Kringle Cash Back Office? If you are not able to read under the education, there are so many informations packed there. Aside from that, how many of us has read the public notice? I've been saying this again and again. Well, it's their choice. Now, let me continue. BTC is a system, is already rigged. Yes, okay, BTC as a system is already rigged. I can agree with that. Many people do not like admin giving out coins because a few dollars, because of a few dollars, they were getting, but admin is building a system. Thank you, brother. You spoke well. The administration is building a system, so it doesn't matter what they think because most of them has enough coins. That is the reason why they don't want the admin to continue to distribute these coins. They are selfish. We are building a balanced system. 1 million billionaires and 1 billion millionaires. And we're going to continue to build the system until we achieve it. And what is the condition? Being in the mass adoption team for team A or team B. I want you to know that being in the mass adoption team for team A is a sacrifice. Maybe in my next broadcast on Monday, I'm going to explain. The title of my broadcast on Monday will be the sacrifice you would make in being in the mass adoption team for team A, the sacrifice you will make for being in the mass adoption team A. That's the title of next week. And I'm telling you, it's going to be huge. So please don't miss my broadcast on Monday. Okay? Now I'm praying to have you in Ghana here Mr. Bederick, and Goodwill Ambassador Stephen Coffey, and to prove my people here who we are. Well, the thing is, it's going to happen gradually. It must happen as long as I'm concerned. This is truths that we are propagating. It doesn't matter what people are saying now. The truth is that it must be overcome. This is lies that has stood for several years. How can you buy something? You buy Ragulis water, you buy Eva water. As at now, it cost me $5. And then after 6 months, it now costs me $8. And then after 1 year, it now costs me about $12. Is that not wickedness? How do you want people to survive? Even housing, accommodation over here in Nigeria is becoming difficult. And you think this system will continue? No. So calm down. God is raising up his own army to combat the existing system. And until this system goes down, we are not stopping. So calm down, relax. Kashim, relax. Okay, well done, my Oga. Samson, I really appreciate. Thanks for being online. I believe you are still online. I'm actually rounding off now, okay? And so many people are saying so many things. Well, I want to round off latest in another 4-5 minutes. All right. Thank you, brother. Yes, you're welcome. Now, God with us, we all thank God for the wisdom bestowed upon our admin. Very good. I do appreciate that. That's the truth. Good evening, Mr. Austin. Okay, Teresa. I do appreciate. I am looking forward to the day I'll meet you one-on-one. Even though you're hiding your face, it doesn't matter. As long as we have one mind. So fine. I think thank you for being on my broadcast. And Mr. Augustine, good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. More grace to you for your good work. I really appreciate, sister. Thank you very much. Now, TBC community is on fire now, and that's what we are looking for. We are looking forward for. We are looking forward since. Yes, I think we are moving forward. This is just the beginning. Give us 6 months. Give us 1 year. By next year, TBC community will be the envy of the world. I made a broadcast on that. It will be a thing of joy. Are you a TBCian? Wow, wow, you are such an honorable member. That's how the world will begin to see us, especially those in the mass adoption team. Remember the admin said that you will be loved by humanity. It may sound far-fetched, but it's a sacrifice you have to pay. What is the sacrifice? Simple. Become a broadcaster, pay your admin fee, and help in growing the community. That's all. A tribe in Nigeria, they call it Hausas. They say Shikina. Shikina means pata pata. That's all. That's just all. All right, I'm already finishing. TBC all the way. And I must congratulate Mr. Admin. Yes, Mr. Admin. It's not Adim, it's Mr. Admin. All right, and the last one is more strength to you, Mr. Kringles. That is admin. All right, I think all that has listened to my broadcast, I really do appreciate your timing. Thank you very much for being on my broadcast, and I am sincerely grateful. Please don't forget to give me a like before leaving. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel, and I'll be there again Monday, same time, 5 p.m. Stephen Coffey, I really appreciate. Kashim, Ivan, and then Chip, and Okeke Teresa, everyone who are on my broadcast, thank you very much. God bless you all. Till we meet again, do have a wonderful weekend. See you Monday. Cheers and bye. God bless you.